My colleague Gaurav Sawant is now joining me live from Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine. Gaurav, give us a sense of the situation today on the ground in the capital and around in cities that have come under heavy bombardment from Russian forces, including Bucha, Berdyanka and others.
It's drizzling here in Kyiv, but war clouds are building over the east, especially Mariupol, and war clouds in a very big way. There have been missile strikes in the Donetsk and the Luhansk region. Extensive fighting being reported there. In fact, Ukraine is now, if you just look around, so this is the heart of Kyiv, this is the Krishyatik area, but look at the traffic here. While you see sandbags, while you see hedgehogs, for the first time, even though it's the weekend, you see a lot of traffic, and this is a signal that life is returning to an extent to as normal as it can be. These hedgehogs remain, and these hedgehogs are an indication that this country is still at war. You occasionally do hear an air raid warning, but nobody is now taking it seriously because life is coming back to normal here in Kyiv. The army from this region is moving towards the east. Big numbers, whether it's the snipers or the special forces or the anti-tank guided missile operators, all of them, surface-to-air missiles, all those batteries are now moving towards Mariupol because that is where the big fight will take place. Kharkiv came under attack. Mariupol came under attack. Counter-attacks are happening. A few days ago, the army in Ukraine released a picture of a Su-35 flanker E being shot down not far from Kharkiv. Now, that's an indication that this battle is actually building up in a very big way. The next phase is likely to be deadlier. Why? Because both the Russians and the Ukrainians are now on the offensive. The Ukrainians are not just fighting to defend their territory, they are fighting to regain some territory with the new weapons and systems that they've got. So this is the indication. The S-300 systems, if they've been able to take down a flanker E, the most advanced Russian non-stealth fighter jets, 4.5 generation, it's what the flanker E is called, or the Su-35 is called, that's been taken down. A pilot has been captured. War crime cases are being put on him. And this is the information that the Ukrainian Defense Ministry gave us. All these are an indication that the fighting in the east and the south is going to build up in a very big way in the days and weeks ahead.
Right. Gaurav, can you give us a sense of the resistance that the Ukrainians are putting up in the Donetsk region? Are they equipped enough? Do they have the wherewithal to resist the Russian invasion of the eastern part, specifically the Donetsk, the Donbas region?
So in Mariupol, in the Donbas region, the Ukrainian forces have been pushed back quite a bit. Now, Mariupol is contested. A major part of the territory is with the Russians now. Some part of the territory, and especially the steel factory and the area around, still with the Ukrainian forces. And that is where the build-up is happening as we speak. Additional surface-to-air missile systems, anti-tank guided missile systems, troops on ground, they are being sent there along with the new weapons they've got. So, for example, both for Donetsk and for Luhansk, the Starstreak surface-to-air missiles have also been sent in here from the UK for quick movement of men. Bushmaster armored fighting vehicles are coming in. So armored fighting vehicles and infantry combat vehicles, both tracked and wheeled, are being shipped into this country in a big way for forces to be able to fight. Now we are also being told, and we've got a detailed briefing, that training of some of the Ukrainian forces is happening in and around Poland. That's where the experts have flown in from different parts of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization countries, and they're giving them training and launching them to defend, not just defend Donetsk and Luhansk, the territory that remains in Ukrainian control, but try and take back some territory which had been ceded to Russia in 2014. So this is how this fighting is happening on ground right now, not just a defensive war. At least that's what the Ukrainian General Staff seems to indicate. The fighting will intensify. The fighting will be not just to defend territory, but also retake some territory. So they'll try and defend Kharkiv. They'll try and retake some territory in the Donbas region, is what we are being told, Polemy.
Okay, that's very interesting. What you're saying is Ukraine is not just defending itself in the Donbas region, it's trying to retake some of the territory that Russia had managed to take away from it in 2014 as well. Gaurav Sawant, thank you so much for bringing us that report from on ground in Kyiv, Ukraine. Now, India today is in the rebel Donetsk region, which is at the forefront of the war. The Ukrainian forces are fighting hard to regain control from Russia. Foreign Affairs editor Geeta Mohan speaks to Russian army about their position in the fight against Ukraine. Let's watch this exclusive.
This is one of the forward posts bunker here where the soldier has taken position and has been monitoring situation outside because there is movement. So you can hear them trying to ensure that the movement over there is contained. There are other soldiers who've moved to the front to take on the Ukrainian forces. But this is one of the forward bases. These are the reserves. They stay at the back and ensure that they give protection to the soldiers who are now up in the front, taking on the Ukrainian soldiers. We've been asked to bend and walk in these trenches because some of the breastwork, some of the plywood that has been put is way lower than our helmets. So the helmets should not be visible because there is an active gunfire and gunfight that is underway between the Ukrainian forces and the Russian Donetsk forces. This is the field between Marinka and what is the border of Donetsk right now, where the Russian and Donetsk forces are. A Ukrainian attack 4 days ago created this crater. The impact and the severity of the attack can be seen and felt with the size of the crater. If only this were to hit the other side where the forces are, this could have severely damaged the Russian and Donetsk forces, but it fell on the land here. We do not really know whether if it was a missile, a rocket, or for that matter, a bomb. Do not know what really hit this place, but it was an attack by the Ukrainian forces, and this is the damage that an attack from the other side. Can you explain what was the action that we saw just a while ago? What's happening atop this bunker that we are in?
Можете ли прокомментировать, что происходит сейчас? То есть там идет захват территории, продвижение вперед, или что? Где были корреспонденты?
Да, идет на сегодняшний день продвижение украинских военных. Я их не назову военных, а террористами, боевиками, так как они убивают.
They getting back our territory, as we see. They pushing back Ukrainians, and he don't want to call them soldiers. He calls them terrorists because of actions they do.
And that's the action that we saw just a while ago. That's real combat happening right now.
То есть сейчас этот процесс идет прямо сейчас над нами.
Да.
Right. It's going on.
Very important area in terms of strategic position. What is the larger plan of the forces to control and take control of Marinka? Because that has been one of the toughest challenges. What, according to him, are the challenges?
Какие еще у нас есть вызовы? То есть взять Маринку — это большое дело. Какие еще вы видите в дальнейшие ходы, в дальнейшие какие-то продвижения наши, по вашему мнению?
Ну, дальше вперед забирать полностью наши земли, которые по праву принадлежат Донецкой Народной Республике.
So he wants to keep move on forward until we take all of the territory of Donetsk Republic.
At the border, right in front of Marinka, between Marinka and what the front line right now is for the Donetsk and Russian forces, this position over here has been given up. The trenches and the forward bases have been moved forward. We will be going there in some time from now to tell you exactly what the position is. There's massive gunfight that's on between the Ukrainian and the Russian Donetsk forces on this side to ensure that Marinka is captured. Ukrainian forces giving a very tough fight, not giving up on Marinka. With video journalist Satya Rautre at the border, Geeta Mohan for India Today.
India Today is committed to bringing you all the latest updates from the war zone, one of the worst hit by airstrikes and missiles. The city of Kyiv is in ruins. India Today's Mosmi Singh brings you this exclusive ground report from an administrative building bombed by cruise missiles. Take a look.
On an ordinary day, officers would be sitting here and doing their work. But the time of ordinary days is over. in Mykolaiv region, at least for now, because you can see the destruction that has happened of this building that was bombed. We are giving you the visuals, inside visuals from the third floor of this administrative block that bears this look from inside. Imagine what would have happened to those people who actually were buried under the debris. Many killed and many injured. Even room after room, the press room to the corridors bear a look of death and devastation. We are not even trying to enter that other side, which is completely shaken and broken, smashed into smithereens. This is a war that is a war also of psychological war that is being waged against Ukraine, against Mykolaiv. The key reason is to attack the mental strength of the citizens, to in fact paralyze the system so that they have no more strength to fight back. But the Ukrainians still feel that their invincible spirit will actually defeat the purpose and intention of the Russians. With video journalist Parminder Sharma, this is Mosmi Singh in Ukraine, Mykolaiv, for India Today.